What I notice as well is that classes are not just lessons that kids attend, they take notes and they just leave. They actually work in projects, correct?
That's right. We say what the way we teach is learning, but we put a lot of emphasis on learning by doing. As I said, the school's a new programme, so I have just said goodbye to my first group of second-year students. It's become increasingly apparent to me over the course of the year that I believe, and I don't think it's just my students, I think it's young people generally, what they call Generation Z. These days we're now on Generation Z.
Right.
That I think the old style, what in Spanish would be clases magistrales,
Yes.
traditional lecture class, where professor stands at the front of the class and transmits knowledge to students. I think that model is really dead. I think it is at a very limited use to anyone involved in that type of experience. For better or worse, young people in particular, and I suspect people in general, are no longer able to sit down and receive knowledge that way. That's not how young people think. It's not how they work. They've got immediate and instant access to internet, to social media, where if they want knowledge, they can find the knowledge.
Correct, exactly.
So the use of 2 hours of class time to transmit knowledge, it's neither the most effective way of transmitting knowledge, and it's not effective use of that class time. So this is something which I wouldn't claim them doing it perfectly, but we're certainly very well aware of the limitations of that old school of teaching. And we put a lot more emphasis on faculty really as facilitators of learning. So certainly transmitting some knowledge, particularly drawing on their experience, but really encouraging students to find the knowledge they require to resolve problems which are presented by the faculty. And faculty really is guiding and creating situations and creating dynamics and presenting problems where students have to come up with the solution to the problem. And as I say, this is new, and we're certainly not the only institution thinking along these lines, certainly not the only business school with a similar type of understanding of how teaching should be done now. But it's certainly the way that we think that teaching, maybe teaching isn't even the right word anymore, but education has to evolve. And I have a very clear understanding of that. As I say, I have a very clear understanding of the challenges of teaching in this way and teaching young people now. And I like to think we're also moving towards the solutions.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.